Welcome guys to my minigame server for 1.8.1. First large project I've ever worked on in Minecraft. Long-time player, not a very experienced builder, but with the include of all these different cool things you can do with command blocks, seems like a lot of the bucket server add-ons and minigames can be created in vanilla, so I want to give it a try for some things. I won't go into the details of every game. I'll just kind of play them or go over how they play, and then in some other videos I'll explain how I did everything that I did. Just a warning, I'm not a seasoned redstone user of any kind or of any stretch of the imagination. Just enjoy doing it. So I'll show you what I've got here. This is a bomb drop. So here, basically, the players jump into the arena, bombs will start falling everywhere, and every round, whoever's closer to the power cube in the middle will get some game points. Game points will be used later to buy perks and cool little things, just as a reward system for playing games. So I'll show you how it works. With one player, it's not quite as exciting, but it's still playable. Let's get in here, you hit the button, jump on down. And so as the earth is destroyed beneath you, I'm in game mode 1, I can't be killed, so I'll show you this. As the earth is destroyed beneath you, obstacles and dangers will be revealed. There's lava pits and things like that. The idea would be players to battle each other to stay closer to the center. As the earth is removed, of course, it becomes more and more difficult to stay close to it. I'll make myself vulnerable here. I made a special system in here where the TNT takes quite a long time to explode. Alright, well, it didn't last very long, but that's the gist of this game. Survive and stay close to the center, get more points. Every round you get a point only if you are the closest one to the cube. Nobody else will get a point. Alright, next I'll show you, let's see here, block run. Okay, now this game takes 2 players to start it. I've summoned a armor stand there so that I can test it on my own. Some debug text showing up there in the bottom. This is essentially just a my version or a copy of TNT Run, but I use a few different things. Alright, the countdown, and then the hay will immediately disappear from beneath you, just like in TNT Run the sand would disappear. Sponges will turn into hay first, and then they will disappear, so they take a little longer. Okay, so there's a couple of power-ups, I guess you might call them, or gadgets. The first is the piston blocks. They will push you up to the next level, so you can go back up, but then they disappear. Same for the other gadget is the TNT block. If you step on that, it'll shoot TNT up to the level above you as well. So that's how that works. This it's a randomly generated level. I fell all the way to the bottom, so it's over. But it's randomly generated. It's a different series of tiers every time, as well as creating bedrock piers at certain places randomly as well. Ghost Tag isn't complete yet. That's going to be my play on Luigi's Mansion, the Wii U minigame version of it, that is. World of War is a play off of Warcraft 3, where class-based teams fight for gold mines, and they mine gold from it. The first one to reach the maximum stockpiles of gold will win the game. I'll kind of show you a little bit of that. It's hard to show you with just one player, but... So here's the character selection. You have Horde on the left, Alliance on the right. Alliance has Paladins, which have healing properties for just themselves, and they're somewhat of a tank, or, well, they are the tank. They're very strong. They also have taunting abilities. They can pull enemies towards them. Priestess is a healing class, weak otherwise. And the Ranger's long range, high DPS. Okay, this one has the Rogue. He can go invisible. When he's invisible, he gets an enchanted diamond sword. Once he's damaged or uses the sword one time, he becomes visible again. And he also gets a plus strength modifier, so the one strike that he does, the backstab is what I call it, is very strong. The Warrior is the tank class for the Horde side. He has Orc regeneration, slow movement, weak attacks, but he's very strong. He can take a lot of damage. And then the Shaman uses totems to deal damage and heal, which is pretty cool. So I'll just jump in with the Ranger to show you what the levels look like. Actually, it glitched out on me. The Ranger did not activate. So did I mention these are a work in progress? I haven't tested these since 1.8.2 came out. Something may have broke. I'll have to look into that. Okay, so the Paladin worked. As you can see, it changes your entire appearance, gives you the Paladin's head and his armor. He has tons of health, as you can see. And he has the taunt ability, which you can use, that just pulls anyone on the opposite team over to you and stuns them. So there are two sides, and here is our king, which is Uther. If the enemy kills Uther, then it's game over, but he's very, very strong. It's unlikely that they can do that without a lot of teamwork and a good plan. And I picked the slowest class that I could. I should have picked someone a little quicker. But basically, in the center of the map here, there's two mines on either side of that bridge. And the idea is to go to in the mines. There's a chest. You open it, and you get 25 gold for your team. The first team to 2,500, I think it is. I may have lowered that. But anyway, the first team to a set amount of gold wins the game, and the game resets. Everybody on the winning team gets a good number of game points. To prevent people from leaving and then going to the team that's about to win, once you join a team, you cannot change teams again until the current session is over. Oh, I was going to show you and I didn't. Just go down in here. And boom, I just got 25 gold for the Alliance. And you can also take gold away from the team inside their base as a chest. If you go loot that one, it takes 100 gold away from them and gives it to you. So that's how this works. There's a damage, a healer, and a tank for each team that you can select from, and then you just play it out, try to get all the gold. Okay, Ghost Tag, as I said, is going to be like Luigi's Mansion, the minigame version that's on the Wii U. That's one of the games that came with the Wii U at launch. Forget what it's called, but there's a little minigame for Luigi's Mansion. I thought it was pretty cool, so I'm recreating that. Up here is the brains of everything, all the command blocks and things that are running the games. I think I've been pretty smart with how I've done my clocks and stuff to keep the lag down. Someone more experienced might be able to give me some pointers or point out areas where I could have done it better. But given my experience with doing this stuff and what I know about it, I think I did pretty good. Put myself back on the admin team so I can go to game mode 1. So basically what I'm looking at here is the command blocks that run the shaman's totems. And I'll get into the details of that in another video. Just kind of showing you how things work. This handles some of the other cooldown effects that are on the class-based characters in World of War minigame, as well as this over here does a few more things. Now there are some other things happening here that I just threw on these clocks because it just was convenient to do so, but for the most part this handles some more World of War stuff. These are just some of my rules and scoreboard settings. The way I did my clocks is instead of making a clock that is running blistering fast, I've got these clocks, these fill clocks, as you can see here. There's one. They're running off of hopper clocks, so it's toggling for hopper clocks. I didn't feel like it had to, for my needs and what I'm doing, it doesn't have to update 26 times per second or whatever it is the standard fill clock does. So I slowed it down for the sake of frames per second. And that same hopper clock is running this clock here and this clock here. And let's see, I don't know if it's doing this clock. No, these clocks are running off of, they're not fill clocks. That's the selection room for World of War. That's where you select your characters. It's just here in my box brain park, or whatever you call it. The other minigame that I'm going to work on is a knockoff of Hyrule Warriors. And I've created I've created Hyrule based off the 8-bit or NES version of Hyrule. And so this will be like a mob arena, except you'll start at a particular position, you'll fight some waves and be allowed to progress to the next position and fight waves there until you get all the way through Hyrule. I haven't decided if maybe the waves will be inside like the dungeon entrance areas or where the key points will be, but and there'll be hidden missions you can sidestep to if you like to. So that's how you get game points, by completing waves. If you make it all the way through Hyrule, you get a greater number of points at the end. There'll be a difficulty setting that will give you more points for the waves and also increase the wave difficulty, the number of waves and their strength, etc. And I'm going to put some boss encounters in here at key points as well. Should be fun. I would think. Sounds fun to me. But yeah, that's it. I just got a lot of free time lately. I used to be on call and work a lot of hours, not have much time. I've actually got a job where I work 8 hours a day like everybody else right now. So I have a few hours every evening before the family gets home from their jobs and before the kids get home from school. So just been tinkering around with this off and on, and don't expect frequent updates because I don't have that much time to work on it. It's not like I sit at home all day and do this. But yeah, been having fun tinkering with it. Let me know what you think. What minigame ideas you might have. I'd be happy to give them a try. And in my upcoming videos, I'll go over some of the command blocks and how I did some of the things that I did. Thanks a lot.